news tonight, a man faces a judge after hitting and killing a man in a car crash on Route 20 in Auburn. What police say the suspect did after striking the vehicle head on. Plus, a local man is sharing his experience of suffering from Lyme disease, what he says you need to do to be safe. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. More on those stories in a moment. First, it's a beautiful summer-like day in the city to kick off the start of the weekend. And it looks like Mother Nature is keeping the nice weather coming this weekend. For more, let's get a look at our local forecast with meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. We're in store for a picture-perfect weekend this evening. Everything kicking off here. We have mostly sunny to mostly clear skies after sunset, 69 degrees overnight, down to 64, mainly clear. And yes, keeping it mostly clear again for the morning. Comfortable starting off with temperatures in the low 60s across central Massachusetts. Overnight tonight in the 50s to 60s across southern parts of New England. And the wind from the north, just very subtle. Tomorrow afternoon, maybe a light breeze, if that, but only if you go to the coastline. Worcester, high temps in the upper 70s. A beautiful weekend for us. I'll go through all the numbers for both Saturday and Sunday, plus your travel forecast and when we could see our next chance for rain and thunderstorms in your 10-day.
A man is arraigned after hitting and killing a man in a car crash on Route 20 in Auburn Thursday. Police say DeJesus Amaro ran after the scene before police caught him. Amaro is accused of killing 54-year-old Michael Robideau. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us live now from the crash site with the latest. Rosalind?
Brittany, a memorial is growing here on Route 20 for the victim. Prosecutors in court say the suspect admitted he drank and smoked blunts before the crash. DeJesus Amaro is brought into district court. He's accused of killing 54-year-old Michael Robideau. Prosecutors say he hit him head-on Route 20 in Auburn.
You don't expect that when you're driving, though. You don't expect somebody to come into your lane and hit your head on.
Prosecutors say Amaro fled a motor vehicle stop in Sutton Thursday. Later in the day, he was on Route 20 when he allegedly crossed the yellow line, hitting a Toyota and a Jeep. Robideau was the passenger in the Jeep. Police say Amaro ran from the scene before they caught him.
When questioned why he ran from the police, this defendant stated he was not going back to jail.
Angel Velazquez says he is the owner of the SUV Amaro was driving. He says he never gave him permission to use it.
That's the worst part of it, is that somebody's gone.
Prosecutors say Amaro had a partially full bottle of Hennessy liquor in the vehicle and admitted to police he took 2 shots and smoked blunts earlier in the day. His attorney says he is a father of 3.
He has no convictions on his record at all.
A memorial is growing at the crash site. Robideau owned a tow shop less than half a mile from where he died. We interviewed him in 2017 after he jumped in to assist victims of a crash in the same area. His brother says he always helped others and no one can replace him.
He always gave the shirt off his back for family, friends.
I'm going to be on too.
$50,000 cash bail. A GoFundMe page has been set up for the victim. We're live in Auburn. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
For the first time today in the so-called Blackstone House of Horrors murder trial, we're hearing from Erika Murray's interviews with police. Investigators confronted her about finding her 3-year-old and 5-month-old daughters neglected and covered in feces in the home, as well as 3 sets of infant remains discovered in closets. Murray voluntarily spoke with police before she was under arrest, and then once again when she was arrested. She initially denied knowing about the infants and keeping the younger children secret, but eventually admitted it, saying her boyfriend didn't want any more kids after the first 2, but she got pregnant.
I had been in this situation and I just didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who I could trust and tell.
Murray is charged with the murder of 2 of the 3 dead babies found in the home back in September of 2014. The Worcester Public Schools are planning to sue the state to demand more funding. The school committee has voted to hire a city lawyer to represent them against the legislature. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with the details. Chandler?
Brittany, attorney Michael Angelini has been working for the district for free the last several months. He and his firm have now been hired. The district says this is the next step in holding the state accountable.
Worcester Public Schools are preparing in case they have to sue the state for more funding.
We're serious about finding the dollars to educate our kids, and we'll do whatever's necessary.
The school committee voted last night to hire Bowditch and Dewey to represent the district. The firm says they hope the threat of a lawsuit is all it takes to put pressure on the legislature.
It's the last alternative, right? And one we hope will never be taken.
Attorney Michael Angelini says the basis of their argument is the current funding formula violates state constitution.
The Constitution of Massachusetts imposes the obligation that every student in Massachusetts have an adequate education.
State funding for the next school year is $250 million. School committee member Jack Foley says it's $70 to $100 million short of where it should be. Foley says more funding is needed for health insurance, special education, and education for English language learners.
We could do tremendous work in the district with additional teachers, with additional counselors for students, wraparound coordinators, and also some more technologies.
Angelini says they may know if a lawsuit is necessary in 2 to 3 months. Their goal is for students in Worcester and other gateway cities to have an equal opportunity for success.
And children who live in wealthy communities have an advantage that children who live in wonderful communities like Worcester don't have.
If we don't find this funding to properly educate these students, we will have lost a generation of kids. And we can't do that. We can't afford to lose 10 years, 15 years of educating students properly.
Other cities like Brockton and New Bedford are also collaborating with Worcester. Worcester also got an increase in funding in 1993 with the Education Reform Act. They're hoping for a similar opportunity for investment here. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester Public School students could soon be introduced to a first-of-its-kind pilot program. The Safe Roads Alliance met with city officials and Superintendent Maureen Beninda to discuss how to educate the community on distracted driving. The Alliance is pitching a curriculum for elementary students to teach them to speak up if they notice a parent or older sibling is distracted driving. President Emily Stein says they are looking for schools across Massachusetts to pilot the free 30-minute program next fall and thinks Worcester would be a great fit.
We're excited about the curriculum because we'll bring in some fun animation and some fun video as well. You have kids, you know, they have this nag power, and they also love following the rules. And I think they can be that really helpful voice to remind parents the importance of getting home safe.
We can train our children in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade so that they can give helpful hints to the adults that are driving their cars.
Beninda says the school committee would have to improve it, but she says they are very interested and will look for more information. An apartment complex in Westboro was sold to a California real estate firm. According to the Worcester Business Journal, FRA Multifamily bought Fountainhead Apartments for $130 million. New signs at Fountainhead now say Arrive Westboro. The property has 3 buildings with 562 units. According to the apartment's website, they include studio, 1, 2, and 3-bedroom floor plans. A local man is sharing his experience of suffering from Lyme disease. He says covering up and wearing repellent is a necessity in the area. The Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine at Tufts University says even though Worcester is an urban area, ticks can still be here. Our Olivia Lemon has the details.
Mark Pedro is cautious when he goes outdoors. The Spencer man suffered complications caused by Lyme disease for several years.
It really wreaked havoc on me for quite some time.
Pedro says he suddenly became tired and sore and knew something was wrong.
Problems sleeping at night with, I was like trying to catch my breath a few times. I noticed my wife would wake me up and say, you sound like, that you're having trouble breathing.
Sam Telford is a professor of infectious disease. He says deer ticks carry Lyme disease and have been known to transmit other infections.
With Massachusetts, the officially reported cases when they were mandating reporting and compiling that at the end of the year, anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 cases a year is what they reported to the CDC.
Telford says even if you're not going into the woods, if you're going into any type of greenery, you should take extra precautions.
Reach for a good repellent, spray your ankles, spray your arms. If you're really out there in the woods and you see ticks around you or you know you're in a ticky area, go home, take a shower, check for new bumps, pull any tick out promptly.
Pedro says it's advice he doesn't take lightly.
Avoid any type of like high grass for sure. That's where I think I got it. We spray our feet and our legs before we even go out.
He's using his experience and passing it on to his daughter, Amanda.
I don't go out in my backyard anymore because I'm like so scared, but I just always spray, you know.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Dozens of pieces of artwork are scattered across the city park this weekend for Art in the Park. The biannual event began in 2008 and features 29 pieces of life-size artwork at Elm Park. Artists are from across New England, and there are pieces from Worcester Public School students. The art includes a chess set, a mulberry tree, and recycled steel. Project Administrator Gloria Hall says it's fun for everyone to be involved with art.
Our main goal is to make public art accessible, so that it is something that's accessible and it's important. It adds to the quality of life.
The opening day is Saturday from 2 to 6. The art will be in the park until early September.